Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be digging through a really cool 1950s Lionel train set. Basically, a few weeks ago, some family friends were clearing out their attic, and they found these boxes, which they believed contained the train set, so they called me over, we dug through some boxes, and we ended up finding everything, and I can't tell you how excited I was to see all this stuff. It looks really interesting. Anyways, the previous owner, Andy, told me a little bit of the history of this stuff, and said that I can keep it. Apparently this was all set up last in Montreal in about 1969, which means none of this has been operated for about 55 years. So we're just going to dig through it all, kind of see what we have on our hands, and if possible, we'll try to see if any of this stuff will run. I think that this is going to be really cool. These post-war Lionels tend to be pretty tough, so I think the chances are going to be quite nice. Anyways, we'll start by going through this box right here. It seems we've got a whole bunch of old Lionel tubular track. Here are some straight pieces. Got some sort of a section with 4 wires running to it. I'm guessing this is probably part of some sort of a specific car, probably a log holder or something like that. And we got a whole bunch of old wiring here, some kind of a stop rail, sort of a Lionel tank car, Golf, for all in oil and stuff like that. Got a Bosco chocolate flavored syrup boxcar, PRR paint scheme. Looks like this one could use a little bit of cleaning, but otherwise it's pretty darn good. Got this really cool post-war Lionel locomotive. It's got some sort of a system on top here. I don't know if this is to shut off the E-unit or what the case is. I'm sure somebody in the comments will know. It doesn't want to turn very well, but it's not totally seized. I bet with a little bit of oil we could definitely get that turning over maybe before we try to run it. We got a Timken roller freight boxcar. Never heard of that. I don't know what it stands for. It's an old switch of some sort. I really like the whole standard on here. That still works nicely. And then, honestly, the rest of this stuff really just seems like tubular track. I'm not seeing much else at the bottom here, so I think we'll move on to the next box, which contains more of the rolling stock and things like that. So I think this box right here is where the magic is really going to be. We've got a whole bunch of different things here. I mean, there's obviously already one locomotive right there, but right off the bat, we've got another Bosco boxcar, this time in red. Some sort of a Sunoco tank car, maybe? I don't really know. I like it, though. Lehigh Valley car. Looks like it's got the electromagnetic coupling on the bottom here. And then we got an old Marx Monon locomotive. This one's just a dummy unit, and I'm pretty sure I did see a powered one somewhere in here. And then we got an old transformer here. I think this one's a Marx. Oh no, it's actually a Lionel. Got a caboose right here. It's missing its bulb. It also doesn't seem to want to attach to this anymore, so I don't know if this is missing some screws or something, but we'll have to try to fix that up. And then we got an old boxcar here. A lot of the paint has gone off this. I think, unfortunately, that's all due to the mice. Everything is quite corroded here. It's still got the electromagnet style trucks. Got a New Haven boxcar. This looks to be in pretty good shape, really. I bet that this is for that piece of track we saw earlier. It's got the whole dumping feature, so you probably load this up with logs, run it over that track, and then we'll just eject them into some kind of structure. I think there is some kind of top piece which belongs to this. I'll have to have a look for that. Got another one of these activated cars, although this one actually has its door intact, which is nice. Another Pennsylvania Railroad boxcar. Looks pretty cherry. It's actually got its price tag on by some miracle there. It looks like we got another activated boxcar. I don't know if this is all jammed up or what the case is. Oh no, it still works. See if we can get that. Yeah, kind of works. Either way, very cool. This is a lot of the stuff you just don't see in HO scale, is these cars that actually have working features. I mean, just look at that. It's awesome. Another Pennsylvania Railroad boxcar. It looks identical to the other one, although it's missing its tag. And then we've got the other Marx locomotive. This one is powered. It looks like there's a bit of corrosion there, so it's not seized up or anything, which is terrific. We've just got this random Lionel gray caboose. An old Santa Fe B unit right here. It's a bit of a weird configuration with the windows here. I don't know if this is for wiring, but never seen that before. Same on the other side as well. I'm guessing that there's probably supposed to be another 2 engines with that. Where they are, I don't know, but it is what it is. And then finally got some old Alco. I don't know what this would be, maybe a GP9, but either way, I mean, what a rockin' looking locomotive. And oh, that's already not a good sign. I got spikes in the gears. And that one seems to be completely seized. Let's take some of this stuff over to the track and see if any of it will run. Okay, well I got everything all ready to go here. Now the deal is we're going to see if we can get any of these locomotives to start whatsoever, and if one of these two runs well enough, we'll actually try to put together a train and run it complete. I'm not so sure this guy is going to start. I think that one of these two has a pretty good chance, but this one's not powerful enough to haul any of these cars around, so it will just be an AA set. Anyway, let's put it on the track and see if any of these things will start for the first time since 1969. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh my goodness, no way. Well, that didn't hesitate. Let's see if we can get it to come back around here. Yeah, it's running backwards again, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that's how I have my controller wired up, but either way, it is really impressive to see these things running after so long. Let's flip these terminals around and see if that gets it going the right way. Yeah, there we go. Well, I don't know what all of you think, but I think it's pretty impressive that after 50 years that started without any hesitation. Now let's move on to the next unit. Really not so sure what this guy's gonna do. As we saw earlier, it's pretty stiff, so I think I'm just gonna get some oil and see if we can get that turning a bit better just so we don't risk burning up the motor. Yeah, I can already feel that starting to free up. I mean, ideally we should go through this and clean everything up, but it's better than nothing for now. Let's put it on the track and see if it will run now. Okay, first run since 1969. No way! Wow. Nothing from the headlight, but yeah. Let's see if the E unit still works. Yeah, it does. Well, that is absolutely awesome. I really thought that thing was going to hesitate a little more, maybe put up a bit of a fight, but it just started right up. Now let's move on to this one right here. It'd be nice if we could figure out what exactly is locking this up. I think it's going to need some persuasion. Well, even that oil hasn't got it freed up, so maybe I'll just undo these screws and see if we can see what's going on inside. Oh, yeah, there we go. Interesting. I guess maybe this was just geared a little bit differently. I don't know if maybe it's a worm drive instead of it being connected the way the other one was, but either way, let's just throw this thing on the track and see if it will start. Alright, first try in 55 years. Uh-oh. Sounds like the E unit is stuck. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the E unit is maybe not in the greatest shape. Everything probably needs to be lubricated a bit, but it is moving. Well, it seems to be running quite reliably now. I'm really pleased to see that. I wasn't sure if this was going to take a ton of effort to get it working again or not, but it was pretty straightforward in the end. I mean, these old Lionels are just so tough. It's fantastic to see. And this is great too. I mean, the goal was just to get one of these things running to hopefully pull a train. And now that we've got two of them, I think what we should try to do is actually double head both the units and see if we can haul every single car. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I think it's worth a shot. And in order to do so, I'm going to attempt to sync up both the E units. I haven't done this before, but I think it should be pretty straightforward. Let's see. Okay, well, we got that all coupled up. I had to leave these two cars out because this one's missing a coupler and this one's missing a wheel set, so that's going to need to be replaced at some point. It's going to be interesting to see if I can actually get this train moving without getting it on the ground, because unfortunately the weight is just so significant. On this corner it was already starting to derail, so let's see if this is even possible here. So I just went through and gave every single wheel set some desperately needed oil. It's really not surprising this train was dragging so bad. Some of the wheels were barely turning, which, to be fair, for a train that's been sitting for 55 years is really not that surprising. But either way, it's impressive just how much better this thing rolls. Check this out. And to really complete it too, I want to add a new light to this locomotive. I don't think I have anything that's the right size or voltage, but I can think of one place that might have a 12-volt bulb right here. You see, a while back I had to replace one of the opera lights, which all these beautiful old American cars from the 60s, 70s, and 80s seem to have. And most automotive lights operate between 12 and 24 volts, because when the alternator is running, the voltage goes higher. And the base that's inside here looks very similar to what that Lionel locomotive has. So if I were to take a bet, I think it's going to work. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to be laughing so hard if this is the right size. Let's see if it works. You want to test some light bulbs with me there, Cat? Yeah, let's see if this thing works. Yeah, it does. What do you think, Cat? There we go. Well, folks, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I had a lot of fun today digging through this train stuff and getting it up and running again. I think it's a real testament to how tough they used to build these locomotives. Like, it's crazy. This stuff sat in an attic for 55 years, and with hardly any effort, just a bit of oil here and there, it's back out riding the rails again for the first time in 50 years. I think that is super impressive. Anyways, just before I finish off the video, I want to give a huge thanks to Andy and his family for inviting me over and letting me take this stuff home. It's an amazing collection, and as I said, I had a lot of fun working on it today. And what I really want to do is fix up the entire train, like just get everything cleaned up and restore this whole set to its former glory. So yeah, huge thanks to them for that. Anyways, that's going to be about it for today's video. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching.